Previously on Vlogmas. On today's episode of Vlogmas, he immediately snapped. He was like, you're recording. I had very bad PTSD. I was very paranoid. I couldn't leave my house. I felt like I wasn't safe. I felt like my life was in danger. As I was running, I was literally looking back to see if this guy was following me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time on my channel, you are very welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, thank you so much for your loyalty and your love. Welcome guys. This is Vlogmas day 6 or 5. I don't remember what exact date of Vlogmas that this is, but I am hoping that this is Vlogmas day 5. And if you have not seen the previous Vlogmas episodes, go and binge watch all those other episodes, most especially the episode where I designed this beautiful tree that is blessing your background this fine evening or morning or afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a juicy story time. My last story time, which was actually the first story time on my channel, that video did so well and it's still doing so well. So I'm like, since you guys enjoy being so nosy and you enjoy me spilling all the beans in my life, then why not bring you guys another juicy story time? I know that you guys love it and I have to give the people what they love. So yeah guys, let's just get right into the video. Guys, this story time has a little bit of a backstory. I cannot just jump into it. I have to tell you all the things that led up to this exact moment. So if you guys have not seen Vlogmas day 4, where I went for the party, go and watch that Vlogmas because it is all connected to the story time that I am giving you guys today. In fact, if that day never happened, this video would not even exist. But the summary of everything is I went for a party. Now this story time started after the party. So the party ended, it stretched till, you know, late at night. So it was time for me to go home because I was tired. I called myself a cab. And the cab guy is the reason why I'm making this video today. The guy came and I'm like walking towards the car. The first thing this guy says to me is, my back doors don't work. I'm going to need you to sit at the front. That was the first thing this guy said to me. And you know, telling this story out loud for the first time makes me feel so dumb for not thinking about it. But I mean, the mood I was just coming out from, it was a party. I was happy, I was cheerful, and I was a bit, you know, sleepy as well. So excuse me if my brain wasn't really, you know, thinking as quick as it's supposed to be. This guy told me that the 2 back doors of his car don't work. What taxi company will send a taxi to you and the 2 back doors don't work? What if I wasn't the only one that was going back home? What if I had company? Are all of us going to sit at the front seat? I did not even think about it. That was the farthest thing from my mind. I should have actually just, you know, checked real quick, but nope. Kelechi just opened the front door and sat down at the front seat. If you're a Nigerian, you're coming from a party, you have to take home some of those small chops. You have to take home some jollof rice. You have to take home some drinks. So like, I had bags of food, okay? If I remember correctly, I had my purse on me. I vlogged, so I had my camera. So it was my purse, my camera. I had a bottle of Baileys with me because if you guys don't know by now, I am a sucker for Baileys. I love Baileys so much. I had a bottle of Baileys. It wasn't like a full bottle. It was just like, you know, the bottle that we couldn't finish. And I was like, oh, no one touch it. I'm taking it back home. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. And then I had the bag of my small chops. I had puff. I had kebabs, meat pie, cake, you know. Those were all the things I had with me and it was just me, so my hands were full. And you know, the whole idea was I'll sit at the back seat, you know, just dump all my stuff over there. When I get home, I pick it up, I go to my house. So because I was at the front seat, you know, you have to wear your seat belt, blah 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 blah. I was struggling. So the cab guy says, oh, let me keep your things at the back for you. Before I could say yes, no, give him the things to keep, this guy had already dragged my purse. You guys, he did not take, he had already dragged my purse out of my hand to throw in the back seat. My purse had everything. My phone was in that purse, my wallet, every form of identification, money, my whole life was in that purse at that moment. He literally yanked it out of my hands, guys, and I was like, Oga, calm down, let's be calming down, please give me back my purse. I was like, chill, like, what's the hurry? Give me back my purse. He gives me back my purse and I'm like, this guy is acting a bit weird. So the first thing I do is I open my purse, I take out my phone, I take out my wallet. The only thing that was left in the purse was like, you know, gum, hand sanitizer, you know, things that are easily replaceable. You can keep the rest, my camera, the food, the Baileys. When he was about to take the Baileys to keep at the back seat of the car, something just clicked in my head. I was like, this guy is acting funny. You need a way to defend yourself. You know, you're a lady, he's a guy. He can overpower you, so to say. So I was like, okay, you know what, give the Bailey's bottle back to me. If you need a weapon, sis, this is gonna be your weapon. Give me back the bottle of Bailey's. So the guy was like a bit shocked. He was like, what do you need the Bailey's for? Are we going to drink? That's what this guy asked me. First of all, it's my Bailey's and I don't want to share my Bailey's with anyone. Secondly, sir, you're the one driving. How do you expect me to offer you alcohol? Because it's going to turn into drunk driving. And then I'm also going to get implicated because I was the one who supplied the alcohol. Like, the boldness he used to ask me, let's drink together. Maybe he thought that was why I wanted the bottle back. I needed something to break your head with if you were going to try anything funny. So I took the Baileys. The car started. The moment this guy started driving, he started making sniffing sounds like a dog. Literally, that's what I kid you not, that's what this guy was doing. He was like, and me, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, sir, excuse me, let me remind you, there's a pandemic. This guy had no mask on. He made me sit at the front right beside him. This was the space between me and this guy, and he's making sniffing noises. I was just like, and I asked him, like, why are you doing that? Georgians, their English isn't so great and all of that. He kept on saying smell, smell, smell. I'm like, what smell? I don't smell anything. He was like, your smell. I was like, I smell. Like, yo, I was about to like start, you know, sniffing. He now said, no, you don't smell, your smell. I was like, perfume. He now said, yes, your perfume. He was sniffing because he was trying to say that my perfume smelled good. Because why not? Period. Excuse me, I don't blame him for that because your girl probably smelled so good. Moving on, guys, I'm just kidding. Moving on, he was like, your perfume smells so good and oh my god, you smell amazing. I just want to hug you. That was when the red light went off in my brain. It was like, Kelechi, open your eyes, shine your eyes. And mind you, the location of this party was like average of a 30 minutes drive back to my house. So this was about to be a very, very long drive. And I was like, Kelechi, brace yourself. When I told my friends this story, they were like, sis, you could have just gotten out of the cab. I was in the middle of nowhere. I was surrounded by trees. Where I was exactly was kind of on the outskirts of the city. So before you actually find a cab, you know, just driving randomly on the streets, like, that's almost impossible. That's almost impossible. And I wasn't about to stop, guys. I was tired. I just wanted to get back home. And in a way, I was kind of intrigued. I was like, I want to hear what this guy has to say. I don't know. In a way, I was just kind of confident because, you know, something in my spirit just told me, Kelly, nothing can happen to you. I was scared, yes. Who wouldn't be? I mean, a girl, middle of the night, you're going back home alone. A guy is telling you all this weird stuff. You know, it's normal to be scared, but I was just like, no, this guy is not going to be in control of this situation. My God is going to be in control of this situation. I was like, Kelly, relax. Nothing is going to happen to you. So I was calm and I tried to just control the situation as much as I could. So the moment he made that statement, he was like, you smell so good, I just want to hug you. Something just went off. Immediately I picked up my phone. I texted my friend. I was like, hey sis, my cab guy is acting really funny. And I sent her my live location on WhatsApp. I sent her my location. I was like, you know, watch me and all of that. A few minutes went by and my friend had not replied. So my conclusion was like, okay, she was sleeping. I was like, okay, Kelechi, you need to think of another plan. So what I did was I started voice recording. I started recording the conversation because, you know, these Georgians, it's their country. You're in a foreign country, you're a black woman. It's his word against yours. You know, without proof, he can say whatever he wants to say and no one is even going to believe you. So I needed proof for my own safety, for my own justification. I started recording the conversation. So he was like, I just want to hug you. I just want to touch you. And I was like, okay, Kele, you're in a car with a psychopath. Do you know why I said he's a psychopath? Because in the midst of all of this, do you know what these people do? They cover it with being friendly. That's what these psychopaths do. That's what these perverts do. They cover it with being friendly. So the guy was being all friendly, nice to me, asking me so many questions, you know, being very welcoming. That's what they do because they are trying to get you to lower your guard. They are trying to make you relax so you don't see what's coming next. But not me now. I'm an Igbo babe. Nigerian babe. Not me. I cannot lower my guard for you. So he was just asking. Me, I was answering. What's your name? I answered. I'm not telling my real name, Sha. How old are you? I answered. So he was like that he wants to listen to Nigerian music. I've heard a lot of things in this country, but a cab driver has never told me that he wants to listen to Nigerian music. He's feeling it, that's good. We're just jamming up to the music. Then he went on to keep on asking me more and more questions. Before it was just like, you know, your normal biography, like who are you, where are you from, how long have you been in this country and whatnot. But as he went on, the questions became deeper and deeper and deeper. And he started asking me, do you like Georgian guys? Can you guess my age? First of all, he asked me for my age and I told him I was 21. And then he kept on repeating, you're 21, are you sure? You're 21, are you sure? Do you guys now get, are you now connecting the dots? So this guy was trying to make sure that, you know, I was not a minor, because that puts him in a more difficult situation, because you cannot sexually harass a minor, because that's like twice the time. I think, you know, it's a lot worse. Then that makes you a pedo. It's a lot worse. Then he went on, do you like Georgian guys? Then he asked me if I have a boyfriend. I say, ha. I was like, it's time for you to start cooking up your lies. I was like, yes, so my boyfriend is in the other car. Because like, the way it was, like me and a group of other friends, we left the party at the same time. So it was my cab and then there were like two of their other cabs behind us. So I was like, yeah, my boyfriend is in the other car, which was so not true. But I just had to tell him because, you know, I thought maybe it would give me some kind of protection. He would, you know, back off. That did not work at all. He started asking me questions. How long have you been together? Yo, I had to create an imaginary character. I made up a name, a height, a complexion, a hobby, a job for a guy that does not even exist. The driver now went on to say that, and guys, listen, he went on to say that I should cheat on my boyfriend. He was like, well, I hope your boyfriend won't mind both of us meeting and hanging out. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, that both of us, you know, we can meet up someplace, have some fun. Your boyfriend does not have to know. You don't have to tell your boyfriend about our meetings. I was like, bruh, hold up. Are you saying that I should cheat on my boyfriend? I said that, well, not cheat, but I'm just saying that he shouldn't know. He shouldn't know. You're saying I should cheat. And I was so glad because I was recording everything was going into my phone. So I was just letting this guy talk and talk all his crap. I was like, you know, I'm recording you, bro. I'm recording you, bro, so keep talking. And as he kept on asking me about myself, I kept on asking him about himself as well. So as he asked me my name, I also asked him his name. He just told me his first name. I was like, no, what's your full name? How old are you? Where are you from? How long have you been in this country? Who is is your mother? So that if anything happens, they'll be able to trace this guy. I needed his full identity recorded on my phone. And this guy was being super friendly, a little too friendly that it was almost weird. He was like that he doesn't have any Nigerian friends, that he has always wanted a Nigerian friend, that can I be his friend, that he would really love it because people in this country, they don't really speak English, and his English was wonderful. It's very hard to find Georgians here that speak English as good as that. That was probably one of the best English I had ever come across since I came to this country. His English was good. I literally had to ask him, how did you learn your English? He said that he learned it from like watching English cartoons growing up, Cartoon Network and all of that. That was what he said. I said, well, okay. He was probably lying, was probably telling the truth. I don't know, but I was recording it on my phone. That's all I knew. So he started to notice that I was, fumbling with my phone. I was mad uncomfortable at that point because I was like, this guy is crazy. He's nuts. He is actually nuts. So he noticed that, I was texting my friend back and forth. I was making sure the thing was recording. I had him. He was like, why are you so quiet? Are you screen sharing? What he meant was, am I making a video? Then I had to pretend, my entire body language changed. I like stiffened up. I was like, is he on to me? Is he on to me? I immediately opened my phone to check how many minutes I had left on the ride. I saw like 15 minutes. I was like, Jesus, I was like, Chineke God, oh Chineke God. So he started to catch a vibe. He didn't really know what I was doing. I just told him, oh no. The best thing to do in situations like that is to act calm. Don't let the person know that you're onto him. Act calm, play dumb. Because this guy, with the way he was talking to me, with all the questions he was asking me, I could tell that this is something that he had done before. And I'm not saying once, I'm not saying twice, I'm not even saying 3 times. I am saying that this guy had done this thing numerous times in the past. And unfortunately, I feel like it had worked. I felt like he probably took advantage of some naive girl, told her this, told her that, and he got his way because he was so skilled. It's like this guy literally asked me, do you live alone? You're my cab driver. What are you doing with that kind of information? I live alone, no. But I told him, I was like, me live alone? No, I live with like 5 people. That was what I told him. I was like, no, I live with like 5 people. And I was like, oh, I was like, yeah, it's a full house. All of us roommates. We are together all the time, 24/7. You never catch me alone. That was what I was telling this guy. I don't think anything that came out from my mouth was the truth. I swear. He was like, wow. I was like, yeah. I was literally so unfortunate that the outfit I had on, you guys will see in the other vlog, go and watch it. I had on a skirt. In the vlog you see, you might think that it's a very short skirt, but it's not, actually not short. It's the kind of skirt you wear that when you move around too much, it rises up. When you sit down, it rises up. It's actually not that short. But either ways, I was sitting down. The skirt had, kind of gone up. This is the exact same sweater I was wearing, actually. Coincidentally, I'm wearing the sweater today. So the skirt was already riding up. I had sheer tights underneath. So I'm looking at my skirt and I'm like, I need to pull this skirt down. So I noticed that the guy was no longer paying attention. You guys, he was not looking at the road. He was speeding. His driving became horrible. Do I need to tighten up my seatbelts? What are you driving? I literally asked him. I was like, what are you driving? This guy almost bashed the car. He was speeding so much that he almost ran into another car. The car in front of us had stopped and this guy was still speeding. His mind was no longer on the road. Only God knows what this guy was thinking about. I literally had to yell, stop, there's a car. And he was like, oh, and he just like stepped on the brake and I was like, with my seatbelt. This guy almost crashed the car. Then I was like, I was mad pissed. I looked at him and I was like yelling, like, what did you just do? Like, you're going to kill us, blah, 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 blah. My eyes just caught a glimpse of his down there, and guess what? Our cab driver had an erection. That was when I was like, this guy's mind has gone far. At that point I noticed that I was like about to get back home. So I was like, okay, you know, the ride will be over soon. Can you just endure for a few more minutes? The guy now started saying, I like how you look. He repeated the same, I just want to touch you. I like what you're wearing. And then he kind of strokes my thigh like this. I was like, do not. If you're your right mind, if you get mind. I told him, do not touch me. He was like that he's sorry that if I don't want to, then he would. I was like, of course I don't want to. This guy has told me to cheat on my boyfriend, that I should hang out with him, that we should drink and drive, that he wants to touch me. Only one ride, and that was not even the worst. That was not even the worst. That was why, remember when I told you guys that I'm so sure that this guy has done this thing before? Let me tell you why I think so. Because remember, he told me that we should listen to music. This guy knew that I was doing something with my phone. He wasn't sure what. He thought maybe I was just maybe telling my friend what was going on. I don't know. But he just knew that, you know, something wasn't right. So what he started doing was, if he wants to make a kind of inappropriate comment, he would turn up the volume of the music. Can you see that this guy is a calculated psycho? He will say all the nonsense he wants to say because the music will be too loud and he won't be able to pick up his voice. But it's not me that I'll play you before you play me. It's not me that you're doing that one. I brought up my phone like this. I was like, what are you saying? I can't hear you. The phone was in between us. So you better speak, let this phone record you. Guy knew every single thing he was doing. If he wants to make a bad comment, he would increase the volume of the music. When he's done talking his nonsense, he would reduce the volume back. When he saw that I was starting to lift my phone up and I was catching up to him, now started using Google Translate. Guys, don't forget, he could speak English perfectly well. If you can speak English perfectly well, what are you using Google Translate for? He opens Google Translate. He literally typed, I want to have sex with you tomorrow. And he typed it so that he wouldn't say it, so my phone will not record it. I was like, what are you saying? You're saying that you want to have sex with me tomorrow? Like, I shouted it so that my phone would pick it up. And then I just went quiet. At this point, just get me home. Like, I have nothing to say to you. And the whole ride, he was, pestering me. What's your answer? What's your answer? I'm like, this guy is really waiting for me to answer. He's really waiting for me to answer, like, I should actually tell him yes or no. Are you actually mental? You've been getting away with this before, but tonight is the night that you lose your job because you've picked up the wrong girl. You've picked up the wrong girl. Tonight is the night that you're going to lose your job. So I was just calm, knowing that I had my proof on my phone. And I had my Bailey's bottle secured. If you try nonsense, I'll just carry the bottle. If you have accidents, both of us will have accidents there together. This cannot be happening. Like, I'm dreaming. Wake me up. I am dreaming. He now asked another question that didn't make sense to me at first, but I'm going to explain to you guys. So he starts asking me, how am I going to pay for the ride? Because you can either pay with your ATM card or you can pay with cash. And I always pay for my cab rides with my card. It's safer for me. It's more secure for me. I don't know, I just like it. I don't really carry cash around. I was like, I'm going to pay with my card. And then he, cussed out or whatever he said in Georgian, and he was like, oh my God, why? I wanted cash. Why? What's the difference? I'm still paying, right? That did not make sense to me at all, but I'm going to explain to you guys eventually. I don't even remember all the things he asked me because that ride was literally the longest ride of my life. But think about every horrific, things that would make you super uncomfortable. That guy probably said it to me. So now he turns into my street. He's like, so am I going to give him my phone number? Is this the last time that he's going to see me? That he knows a very nice Nigerian restaurant that both of us can go. I was like, my boyfriend would not like that. He was like, who cares about your boyfriend? He stops the car, okay. I was like, thank God, at least he actually took me home. Because if I had noticed a slight detour, is to call the police immediately, call my friend. My friend was active the whole time, tracking my location and all of that. So I'm like, help me get my things you dropped at the back of the cab. So as he was turning, to try and stretch to get the things out of the cab, he caught a quick glimpse of my phone, my screen. So he saw that I was recording, and I've been recording the whole conversation. You know, I told you that he was having his suspicions, but he wasn't really sure about what I was doing. And mind you, this guy had been so nice the entire ride. The moment he saw that I was recording the conversation, the guy that was sitting beside me at that time was not the guy that I started the ride with. He immediately snapped. He was like, you're recording. Like, what do you mean? Why are you recording me? He was yelling. It was the middle of the night. You guys, it was the middle of the night. He's yelling. His voice is echoing. At that point, I was just like, okay, please give me my things. Let me go. As he was shouting, I just grabbed my purse. I don't even care if I left anything. Thank God I didn't shout, but I don't care. I was like, even if I leave it, like, give me my things. Like, you can have the small chops. I don't want it. I was literally scared. Like, we're talking about an empty street. People are sleeping. I'm trying to get back home. This guy could have just snapped and like giving me one like this. Nobody will even hear or know. Immediately, I just ran out of the car, banged the door. I was so scared that literally as I was running to my front door, and let me give you guys a little tip. Never ever stop the car right in front of your house. It's just something I always picked up growing up and everything. No one should know where you live. As you see me now, a lot of people don't even know where I live. I don't give out my address to just anybody. So I never ever tell the taxi drivers to stop right in front of my door. They always stop a few blocks away and I walk. Literally, I was so scared that as I was running with all my stuff, my babies, everything, as I was running, I was literally looking back to see if this guy was following me. Like, I was terrified. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I was like, let me just make it to the front door, because like when I use my key and I get in, you know, he doesn't have a key, so he can't get in, so somehow I'm secure. But even at that, I was like so worried, like what if he finds a way to get in? But I mean, my building is very secure. You can't get in without a key. You can't use the elevator without a key. You can't just come in here. So that was the good thing. Even at that, I had very bad PTSD. I was very paranoid. I couldn't leave my house. I felt like I wasn't safe. I felt like my life was in danger. You know, I felt like he was some kind of stalker, psychopath, out to get me. Any guy I see that maybe even has the same color of hair that this driver had, I'll think that he's the one and somehow he has found me or something. First thing I did was I called my friend. I was like, you know, I'm home. And it was just God that the moment he found out that I was actually recording the conversation, I was just right on my street. Imagine if he found out when the ride was still starting. But I just narrated the whole situation in detail, told her everything that happened. She was like, Kili, call the company, the customer service, because it's a taxi service, right? Narrate every single thing that happened. Send them the voice recording. I literally sent the voice recording to the taxi company, because if I type whatever story I'm going to type, this guy, you just go there and lie. You just go there and lie and speak their Georgian language and they believe him. Maybe he has never been caught before. His record might be clean, who knows? And he's just so good at it that no one has caught him. So I literally had to send the voice recording. It was his voice, it was my voice, we were interacting. The proof was all there. You know, you can't make such things up. So the customer service, they responded to me. They heard my VN. A guy called me back, the customer service guy. Literally, he was sounding like he wanted to cry. In my head, I'm like, why are you sounding like you want to cry? I was the one that went through it. It's like, why are you putting up this performance? He was not saying that he's so sorry. Well, it felt genuine to me, actually. I felt like he really, you know, understood the situation. So he was telling me that he has daughters, and you know that if there's anything he can do to help, that they take such matters very seriously, to cooperate fully. So the first thing I asked the customer service was, do you guys ever send faulty cars? Because your driver told me that his 2 back doors were not working. Guess what the customer service told me? He said that that's not possible. He was like, that's not true, that they would never send a faulty car, that the car that he used to take me home was perfectly okay. I explained to them in my complaints that this guy lied. I'm now finding out that it was a big fat lie. That was strike 1. Strike 2, Remember the other thing that I did not understand when he was asking about cash and card and cash and card. So the taxi company said that he probably asked me that because if you're paying with your ATM card, it's kind of recorded. Do you understand? But if you're giving cash, you know, they have to, at the end of the day, bring the cash back to the company. So there's no real legit recording. I don't know if you guys will get what I mean, because if you're using your ATM card, when the money leaves your account, the bank sends you an SMS. There's proof everywhere that the card ride ended. But if you're using cash, the proof that the car ride ended is not as solid. So this guy was hoping that I was paying with cash. So if he wants to take a wrong turn, take me to a different way, but they won't be able to record it. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Because the money will not leave your account until your ride is completed. If the guy never took me back home, the money will never leave my account. The taxi company will call the driver and ask him, why, what happened with so and so ride? Where is the money? How come the money never left her account? So there's more sort of accountability. Do you guys get what I mean? There's more accountability if you're paying with your ATM card. So that was why he was asking. And when I said I was paying with my card, he was like, no, I need cash, I need cash. So at that point I became very scared. I told them, do you realize that you have a mentally unstable person working for you in your company? Their company are trying to avoid the lawsuits. So they were taking the matter very seriously, because if I should take it up to court, I just decided not to. You know, it's so easy when you're not the person in the situation. Like if I was hearing this from someone else, I'd be like, no, sue them, go to court. You know, it's so easy to say that when it's not you. But me facing it myself, I was like, I just want to act like this day never happened. I want to put it all behind me. The taxi company, they were calling me back and forth. I don't know if they were just trying to save themselves from a lawsuit or they actually cared about my situation. But they were calling me constantly every day, checking on me, are you okay? They literally asked me if I even need to speak to a professional to see if I was, you know, kind of traumatized by the whole thing. So they're like, they've suspended the driver. They sent me proof, you know, that they've suspended the guy. I'm like, this happens and you suspend? You don't fire the driver? I was like, if you don't fire this guy right now, I'm going to the police. And after I go to the police, I'm going to court. And I'm going to file a sexual harassment charge against you and your company. This guy, speaking to him, I could tell that he had gotten away with this before. With some naive, innocent girl. I was like, this guy was talking like he was experienced. And then they fired him. They said, okay. He has lost his job, because they were like, anything we can do to help us. Like, that's what you can do to help me. Make sure that this guy never drives another car in this country again. And even when they fired him, that was when my PTSD started, because now because of me, this guy did not have a job. Well, he didn't know my exact building, but he knew my, you know, vicinity. So he could just, you know, pop up. That was, I could not. I just wanted to put the whole thing behind me. I was not about to go and battle it out in court with a big company. Who is going to pay for a lawyer? Not me. So they were very supportive. So I'm happy that they took the matter seriously. If they were using me to joke, I don't know where I'll find money for a lawyer, but I would have gotten it somehow and I would have gone to court. So guys, everything worked out. Till this day, I don't know where the guy is. I just felt like sharing this story time with you guys, because I just felt like it was really a juicy one and also a lesson. Anytime you feel like you're in danger, make sure you send your live locations to people. Like, learn all the distress signal hand signs. Like, I even started learning all of them after that thing happened to me. Record the conversation, make a video, make sure you have proof, go live on Instagram, because if you decide to steal your phone, someone has recorded it or something. Do you understand? And be careful out there, guys. Honestly, there are 1,000 ways that this could have gone horribly wrong. Horribly. But I told you now, God has me and nothing can happen to me. Period. I'm protected. Period. So guys, that is the end of this video. If you've had any similar encounters, please let me know down in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. If you have any coping mechanisms for this kind of things, you know, share it as well. If you know all the hand signs, share it as well. Share everything. You can never know who you're helping, who's going to read it, who's going to see it. And yeah, that's the end of this video. If you like to give it a thumbs up, Do not forget to share the video with your friends, subscribe, and also check out the previous Vlogmas videos and the Vlogmas videos to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. On the next episode of Vlogmas.